friends, welcome back to Leap interview series. We have a very eminent personality, uh, a wealth of knowledge with us, uh, Dr. Dhruba.
Thank
Welcome to this interview.
thank you very much. Me, Dhruba Kumar Gautam. The first name is Dhruba, and I'm from Nepal. I completed my PhD from Switzerland and joined in Nepal as academicians in a university. I
Wow.
already spent 25 years in the university, National University of Nepal, that is called the Tribhuvan University. And recently I have been posted here as the Vice-Chancellor of Mid-West University. Mid-West University is a central university, government university of Nepal, located in the Karnali Province. And within these 1 years of the span of time of the vice chancellors, I am here dedicated for the fostering of higher education of Nepal and beyond. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. Well, uh, let's first try and understand the education system of Nepal. Um, is it majority of the institutions are public, or there are equally private institutions?
No, till the dates, Nepal have all the universities are the public universities, government universities. There is still no one have a private university in Nepal. That means the government have been funded to all the universities, the public universities. But the universities are of the three different types. Some universities are the national universities that is spread throughout the countries as this meet university, the national university, national level of the university, which
Right.
can affiliated to the other colleges.
Wow.
And the second category of the universities are the province level of the universities that funded by the government, but the province government. We have a three layers of the government: federal government, province government, and local government. So the province level of the government also established some of the universities. And some universities are as like the academy. They can't even affiliate to others and for the specific purpose like the health academy or engineering academy like these, they are not the multidisciplinary, established for the specific purpose only.
Right. So they are also funded by government?
Yes, of course,
Right.
every type of the universities are funded by government.
Right. And so there are these public universities, they have low fees or there are no fees.
Yeah, very low fees because of the government universities and the fund become bear by the government. The university education is comparatively lower comparing with many other countries' private universities. But still some fees are collected because of the sustainability of the universities.
Yeah. Okay. That's fantastic. So that the Midwest University is a national university where you are a vice chancellor. Um, you have to take care of your campus, or you have to take care of all the campuses across Nepal.
Yeah, vice chancellor is the very highest positions that have to be monitored, examined, and take a responsibility of all colleges of the Nepal which have been affiliated or established by Midwest University. As in the hierarchy of the positions, you know that the chancellor is the prime minister of the country. So the vice chancellor is the after prime minister, so who has to be regularly report to the prime minister of the country. That's
Wow.
why vice chancellors means the highest positions of the university who spend the whole time to the university as like the CEO. Then every informations or the activities that regularly reports the vice chancellor to the chancellor who is the prime minister. Not only in the Midwest University, all the federal university have a chancellor is the prime ministers. In this way, my responsibility is day-to-day supervision, monitoring, examining, and of course managing the whole campuses, whole units, and the branches, every type of the academic activity of the universities.
Wow. So under Midwest University and the affiliated colleges and all that, how many of total students are studying?
Currently, we have 15,000 universities only because it is located in comparatively the hill and mountain areas where the population are very scattered and relatively the less number of the populations are resided. Even some universities of the Nepal have 200,000, 300,000 of the student populations. But this university, which is in the mountain areas, Himalayan areas, located into the hill areas, which we call the uh, province as the Karnali Province. Therefore, we claim that even though in the comparison with Nepal, this is relatively the small numbers, but while we go to the comparing with the other international universities, the 15,000 of the students is good. I like it.
Yes, it is. It is. 15,000 is a huge number. And I'm just trying to see that, the amount of responsibility that you have, because obviously you are, the ultimate position and you have to take care of everything. Now, uh, if we see that education 10, 15 years ago and what is today is changing, the needs of today's industry is changing because the need a lot of students with a lot of latest technology skills, even if the their mainstream, their domain is not technology domain, they still need to understand the technology to survive in the industry. And I mean, even for medicine, right? Uh, we would think why they would need to know the technology, but then now if we see the advances in the medical science also, some of the fundamental knowledge is required. So in your view, how universities who are long running universities, 30 years, 50 years, and so on, how are what is the challenge in adopting to these new technology things and how universities are going about it?
Yeah, university currently what we are facing the challenges is technology adoptions by the university. This is the time to transformations. Thanks that the COVID make the changes to the university education system also. So realizing these, we focus to the digital resource generations at the digital studio and the productions of the research materials or the academic activity materials to our students. So now the teaching, learning, pedagogy, and the system have been changed. So all these has been based on the technology. That's why the technology have been changes a lot in higher education systems. Even though in the school educations and the primary or middle level of the school education, it has not been much changes in the technology. But as in the higher educations, especially to the university, technology have been changes it. Besides these, collaborations and the international recognitions of the university is important because the migrations and transfer or the students wants to go abroad and abroad students wants to come to Nepal. This is the common practices. When we make a branding of the universities, when we make the university as recognized worldwide, then the students can come from any parts of the world. Therefore, realizations of the university branding and as time periods, it has to be changed and the technology and technology savvy university is the most important. So technology here means that most at the digital university, making the university digitalizations, not only in the case of the teaching as well as others in the case of the knowledge dissemination, knowledge productions, knowledge disseminations, and the research with the international communities. So universities are facing challenges and in transitions worldwide. I realize it. And therefore, realizing these, this Midwest University has been started to transform its natures of the teaching learning process and changes of the traditional systems to the modernizations.
Wow, fantastic. And as well as you are focusing on students and how to make them digital savvy and ready for industry, I think there must be a challenge with the faculties as well,
Yeah.
the professors, because the way they used to teach few years ago is no longer valid. And also, uh, because of the digitalization and uh, again, I would say social media and so on, the world has come closer. And even the faculties and students have international opportunities sitting in their own country.
Yeah.
And it is just the matter that what are those opportunities, how to grab those opportunities, right?
Yeah, at this time, we are normally focused to the development of the competencies of the faculties first. Because only the buildings or infrastructure is not sufficient. So main part of the university is the human capital. Therefore, human capital, our faculties has to be developed, and we develop the concept as faculty development regularly. This time, even within a year, we train to the faculties at least the 2 times in the summer and in winter to develop their competencies in research, in teaching, in content, in other, even in attitude and behavior for the dedications of the academic activities. So
Wow.
similarly, at the same time, we focus to the staff because staffs are supporting hands. They are auxiliaries. They have to support to the faculties. Therefore, the staff competency development, faculty development programs, and research and opportunities to the faculties. As for the case of the research for the faculties, we provide the funds to the faculties to do the research so that they become develop the knowledge as the indigenous knowledge of the Himalayan parts. So we focus these, the Nepalese indigenous knowledge building and repository for the knowledge creations from Nepal. So these faculty development and development in the sense for technology sectors, for teaching sectors, for research sectors are similar to the others, even as I share with you the attitude and behavior for the dedications to build the nations. We know that one generation must have to be spend the time for the development, then only the university or higher educations can be built up. This is the process of the Midwest University.
Excellent. That's really great. I think uh, focus on faculty development is really fundamental to building a good institution and, of course, helping those 15,000 students that you have and probably growing thereafter. Um, I think uh, we have to talk about internationalization um, because of the opportunities worldwide. Traditionally, you mentioned that students going abroad, out of Nepal, studying, maybe returning or maybe not returning, but they feel that going and studying outside Nepal is another way to make international careers. What's your view on international careers?
Yeah, for the internationalization. So this year, this university, my university, have been already declared as establishment of the joint study centers, joint research centers with the many international universities. So we open it to all the universities. Even just making the MOU and document the collaboration is not sufficient. We know that the university just wants to make the collaborations just as a paper documents to post into their websites as we have a 200, 300 university MOU with the worldwide. This is not meaningful nowadays. So we just established the relationship with the mutual transfer of the faculties and the students and establishment of the joint centers, joint research centers, as well as the joint academic centers. Therefore, this year we have a plan to go with the international universities to work together to set up the academic activities. Even
Wow.
within the country also, we are already started the collaborations of many universities of Nepal and Midwest University for the joint degree programs within the nations, as well as in the broad sense as with other universities. We propose that let's establish the centers for the joint work and joint academic programs as like the joint degree offering to the students. and it's like the 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 1 plus 1, whatever the possibilities. And we have a huge potentialities of the Himalayas and the mountains, glaciers, or others, the ecosystems or environments. So this is the naturally gifted areas we have. So we
Right.
can work on this. In this way, the international license, not only these, even from the establishment of this university, we are jointly organizing international conference, seminars, symposiums, and even the Vice Chancellor of South Asia meets and further discussions of the international academic tasks and international academic drives to the regional benefits. Therefore, the only the university alone can't do better nowadays. It is the benchmarking, learning from others, and collaborations and cooperation to one to another. That is the practice that we are already started here.
Wow, that's absolutely inspiring and visionary that you have started all this process that people are still discussing, which is why Midwest University is already one step ahead of the time, ensuring the digitalization, internationalization of the university. Um, Now let's look at this from a very you can say top view, a helicopter view, as we say, and we'd like to understand your vision for the education in 3 to 5 years from now. Where do you think the education is going?
Education, as I already told, is going to be the transform. Therefore, somehow the developed countries they already set at some standard or parameters for the university recognitions or the accreditations might be changed because many some issues that are not favorable to the least developed countries or developing countries, that is the realities. But the collaborations with the many universities in the future, I guess that there will not be the one single university which offer the degrees. Many universities will be joined, and many students of the different cultures and different cross-border students might visit to the different universities to gain the knowledge and skills. Therefore, this is the good time to discuss with the international community that now the universities join together and work together for the support to one to another. Not support as like the philanthropic, but support to one to another for the development of the university.
Right.
That is the possibilities that I guess in futures.
Fantastic.
And even in my university, I see that some students they come for 1 years or one semesters and go to the next as Thailand, and again the 6 months in the Thailand and return back to India, and at last they awarded from China. This is the very common practices. So if it become the flourished and become fueled more, then obviously it has been increased.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's amazing vision. I think students now have freedom of subjects. Now, what you're saying is students can be given the freedom
Yeah.
of the colleges and the countries where they study, and that's amazing thought. If it happens that way, I think the situation with education will go away from lecturing to experience based,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and if you have experience of being in that country, I think you better understand that country, uh, and when you finish your education you already have the experience that is required by the industry. So this will solve many problems. um, yeah, so in terms of, well, we're talking about experience now. um, in terms of industries, um, and the jobs. What's the situation in Nepal? The students who study graduation and post graduation, um, how likely are they to get the jobs in the local market?
Yeah, very, very interesting. Probably you know that Nepal, we have an open border with India. And there are nearly the 40,000 of multinational companies in India. the multinational company do not ask your nationality when the employment is going to be opened by them.
Right.
And we have a northern sides as China, where 140 crore of the populations are there, similar to the India, where also again 142 crore of the populations. This means that here is a wide market. Even the competent manpower that we able to produce, competencies and skill of the students have been impart and we nurture to them, then they can get easily jobs into the India and the China first things. But what I mean is that there is no job in Nepal. No, we have a sufficient job and opportunities are here. We have a very good commercial banks, nearly the good industrializations beginning up. The country become established as the federal levels or the province levels, secular type of the countries. So therefore, the huge investment is coming back to develop to the Nepal. And the student, when we build up and develop, they can go to the wide market as in Nepal as well as in other countries. I know that even in the last year, if you go to the data of the last year, nearly 45,000 of nurses have been transferred from Nepal to UK.
Wow.
Currently, within a 1 year, guess it. So
Wow.
this is not a matter that where the students are developed. The matter is wide market is there in the world. We produce here nurses, bachelors in nursing, and they get a job in UK.
Wow.
We produce the doctors and nurses here, and they get a job in US. And even in the Middle East, like the Qatar, Dubai, and these areas. Last year, 40,000 of our skilled manpower have been getting the job in South Korea and Japan.
Wow.
So till the dates, more than 100 countries have been done the MOU with Nepal government to offer their jobs to the Nepalese students.
Wow.
Therefore, it is a time to develop the competencies and wider the visions so that they can go anywhere. And
Excellent.
obviously, some can stay here and do the business.
Excellent, excellent. That's amazing. I think the talk was really, really knowledgeful, and I look forward to working closer with Midwest universities. If we can help at all, definitely we'll do that. And but I think Midwest University is already doing amazing job with your leadership. I can see that the transformation is already happening. And well, good luck to the university, yourself, and all those who are connected.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.